Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday Morning Rocky Mountain Rankings. I'm your host, Davey Stallo. Finally getting one out, and well, it's been a struggle, especially when you have painting to do and other things and health problems. But I won't bore you with that. Anyway, before we get started, please subscribe, like the video. That'd help me out. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss that episode, and please leave a comment down below, especially your own rankings of this band, which is Disturbed. Great way to start out a disturbing month like October. So, anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Disturbed started out in 1994 by Eric Awalt on vocals, Dan Donegan on guitar, Steve Kamak on bass, and Mike Wengren on drums. Of course, Eric Awalt would not last very long. He would eventually be replaced in early 1996, well, mid 1996, by the great David Draymond. Fantastic guy. Perfect fit for this band. And Steve Carmack would only last two albums until he wore out his welcome and was replaced by John Moyer. And the band's stayed pretty much the same since. They had a hiatus after their 2011 tour. Kind of worried there for a while if it was going to be permanent or not, or permanent. Thankfully, they came back and they've given us two more albums. In fact, they've got one coming out later this year, Divisive. That sounds like an interesting title. But anyway, let's get into this, shall we? So, those who don't know how this works, I start with my least favorite and work all the way my favorite. Just because it's my least favorite doesn't mean I hate it. I don't reach for it as much. So anyway, starting out with number 7. I'm not going to include The Lost Children. That was released during their hiatus. A bunch of B-sides and unused tracks, it's a good album, but I just decided not to include it here. So anyway, released September 17th, 2002. Believe. Now, no, a lot of people love this album, and it's got some good tunes. Got one of my all-time favorites in last track, "Darkness." Love it. Get gets my imagination going. But starts out with "Prayer," which is okay. It liberates, good. "Awaken," and these are all single word titles. "Believe," good. "Remember," "Intoxication," "Rise," "Mistress," "Breathe," "Bound," "Devour," and "Darkness." Starts out good, ends good. Then in between, to me, is kind of weak, but still, check it out for yourself. You may love it. It's "Believe." Love that album cover though. It includes all the symbols of different religions. So, okay, on to number 6. Okay, I might get a little flack here from people, but hey, this is how I see it. Released March 7th, 2000. Their debut, "The Sickness." Got the song on it that started out for me. It got me into this band, of course, and that's "Down with the Sickness." Um, love it. Starts out good. Voices, the game, Stupefy. Stupefy. Down with Sickness, Violence Fetish, Fear, Numb, Want, Conflict. Uh, then they stick Shout 2000, Tears for Fears cover. Okay, not, well, I tend to skip over it. uh, it goes into Dropping Plates and Meaning of Life. Starts out good, kind of ends weak for me. Uh, I like covers when they're done well. This one wasn't. It was done good, but it's just not disturbed for me. Not disturbing enough. So anyway, oh, there's the band on the back. This over here is Fuzz. So anyway, that's number 6. Top 5 at 5. Released June 3rd, 2008. Indestructible. Fantastic album cover. I mean, in fact, all these album covers, there's not a stinker in the bunch, as far as I'm concerned. I believe this is the first album after Fuzz left. I believe. Maybe not. Let's see here. Oh, no. This is the second album. First one, I believe, with John on bass, officially. But yeah, this, getting better here, stronger albums. Starts out fantastic with the air raid sirens and then Indestructible, A Force to Behold, blah, blah. But yeah, starts out strong and goes into Inside the Fire, another favorite of mine, Deceiver, The Night, love it, Perfect Insanity. Then it kind of gets weak again with the middle. Haunted, Enough, Curse, The Curse, Torn, Criminal, Divide. Kind of picks up at the end, Facade, but with me, it'll be different with other, with people, but with me, it starts out strong and it kind of ends weak. They're not quite up to snuff by this point. Uh, but yeah, it's still check it out. Like I said, the album covers are fantastic. Not a stinker in the bunch. So anyway, on to number 4. Okay, released October 31st, 2010. It'll be the last album before their hiatus. Talking about Asylum. This one is, I remember when I first heard the opening, the excuse me, Remnants Prelude. I mean, just the way it slowly comes in and builds and builds and builds, and it goes right into Asylum. It just gives me chills, even today when I listen to it. Then it goes into Infection, which is okay. Warriors, fantastic. Another Way to Die is fantastic. Never Again, The Animal. Then it kind of gets weak again with Crucified, Serpentine, My Child, Sacrifice, Innocence. Okay songs, but it still don't do it for me. It ends with I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Hidden Track, another cover. I believe U2 did that. Yeah, U2. Uh, but yeah, awesome opening. First 7 songs, strong, you know, but yeah, it just kind of dives at the end for me. But it might be different for you. You might hate the beginning and love the ending. So, so anyway, that's my number 4, Asylum. Another great cover. So on to number 3. Okay, released September 20th, 2005. This album could have easily been my number 1, but the two that would come are a little bit stronger. But this one is awesome. Talking about just uh, 10,000 fists. 10,000 fists in the air. Another fantastic, though creepy cover. But yeah, this album just awesome. Another chill, goosebump raising title song. 10,000 fists. Awesome. Then it goes and just stop and then guarded. Fantastic. Deify. Stricken. I'm alive. Kind of gets a little weak here with Alive and Sons of Plunder. Then it picks back up with Overburdened. Love that one. Decadence. Forgiven's okay. Then we come into Land of Confusion, a Genesis cover. And that, for you who don't know, this is by the rock group Genesis. I believe it's off their Abacab album. But anyway, love the way they Disturbed did this song. It's fantastic. Uh, their best cover out all of them. I mean, forget the others. This one is it. Sacred Lies, good. Pain Redefines, all right, and Avarice. That's where it kind of loses its luster with me, is the middle and the last few songs. But overall, 2/3 strong. So yeah, and like I said, the opening track. Well, still to this day, I get chills. So that's number 3 on the top 2. Now, my number 2, I was this close to put number 1. But my number 1, I love just a teeny bit more. I mean, these two are so close. I mean, but anyway, released October 19th, 2018. Evolution. Creepy cover, the DNA strand. I mean, just the double helix. Listened to this album this morning. I was tempted to make it my number 1, but I thought, no, I'll leave my number one the way it is. But this one is just growing on me more and more. Starts out with "Are You Ready?" Another strong finish, opener. Then "No More." Then "A Reason to Fight." Oh, melodic, mellow, good message. Love it. That mellow. Then builds and just hammers you, and then goes into mellow again. And I love when songs do that. In Another Time's great. Stronger on Your Own's fantastic. Then goes into the Hold On to Memories. And we should hold on to our memories. I mean, they define what we are, uh, keep alive those who've come before us. So, strong message there. Savior of nothing, great. Watch you burn, great. Best one lies and already gone. Kind of not top tier there at the ending, but still good. By the reason why I didn't move this into number one, but still, just check this out. I mean, great album. That's number two. And of course, if you're a Disturbed fan, you know what my number one is. And that is, of course, album released August 21st, 2015. The return from off their hiatus, near 4-year hiatus, Immortalize. Just open this up here. Get the band here. There's David, Dan, Mike, and John. Now, oddly enough, John did not play on this album because he was unavailable at the time when they were recording it. So, which kind of made me worried. I like John's bass playing; it's awesome. So, but still, I believe Dan did the bass work on this. Yeah. Again, it opens up strong with the Eye of the Storm and goes right into Immortalize. The Vengeful One. Love it. Just, gives me chills. So sleep tight in your bed tonight. I'm the hand of God. I'm the vengeful one. Open Your Eyes, fantastic. Then The Light. The Light's probably, I would say, my number one Disturbed song. I mean, it's just so inspiring. And there was a movie I was watching when this came out, and I can't remember what the title of the movie was, but this song would have went right along with this movie. It's about kid that, well, kind of in the vein of Sixth Sense, but it was different. I believe it's been a while since I've seen it, but he's recording a funeral and catches a spirit. So anyway, wish I could remember the name of it. But anyway, this song just would have went right along with it. Goes into What Are You Waiting For? You're Mine, and then goes into Who, Save Your Last Goodbye, Fired Up. Not my favorite. I tend to skip that one. I just can't get into that one. But The Sound of Silence, another great cover. I guess 2 out of 5 ain't bad. There's 3. Out of all the covers, this and Land of Confusion are great. But if I was to rank the covers, The Sound of Silence would be number 1, with Land of Confusion number 2. And I remember when I heard that they were doing this, I'm like, they're really taking on Simon and Garfunkel? I mean, I've heard this song by the Simon and Garfunkel many a time, and I'm like, how are they going to do this? I mean, I was kind of hesitant, but they keep the essence and everything intact, but giving it their own heaviness. I mean, I was blown away. I was literally blown away when I heard this song, the way they did it. And the video, I mean, just dark and dreary at the beginning, but then brings you up, oh, another imagination inspiring song with me. If you've never ever heard this song, check it out. So, Never Wrong's great. Who Taught You How to Hate's great, and this one has got 3 bonus tracks. Tyrant's fantastic. Legion of Monsters fantastic, and The Brave and the Bold. Ooh, awesome! I'm glad they included those songs. They're 3 fantastic songs. Legions of monsters. uh, but anyway, there you have it. Disturbed ranked, and well, definitely check. If you've never heard Disturbed, check them out. I know a lot of people get turned off by the band's name. People are disturbed. Why would I? That sounds disturbing. I wouldn't want to listen to them. They're evil. They're not. These guys are fantastic group of guys. David Draymond, he is awesome. He is. They're all awesome, but Dave, he's just an awesome guy. Perfect fit, like I said. I've heard when they were doing, what do you call it? I want to call it interviews. When they're trying to get the new lead singer, let's put it that way. I can't think of the word right now, but brain fart. They're about ready to call it quits for the day, and David came in, and they said, "Okay, what are you going to do for it? What kind of song are you going to sing?" And he said, "Let's do something. Let's do one of your songs." And they're like, "Really?" That kind of blew them away. The guy actually wants to do one of our songs, and that's basically what made it click immediately. So, yeah, and the thing is, though, if they would pick somebody else, maybe it would have worked out, maybe it wouldn't have worked out. But, probably would never have heard of David Draymond if somebody else had been picked. Of course, maybe he'd gone on to somebody else. Who knows? But I'm glad they picked David. He's an awesome individual. So, anyway, let's do a little recap. Number 1, Immortalize. Number 2, Evolution. Number 3, 10,000 Fists. Number 4, Asylum. Number 5, Indestructible. Terror to behold. Number 7, or number 6, The Sickness. Coming down with the sickness. Oh, oh. And number 7, Believe. Check them out. Go on to YouTube Music, whatever. Check them out. Make your own determination. I said, if you've never heard these guys, you may end up liking them and going out and getting all their albums. And that's the thing about my channel. It's the main thing. Getting information out to people and don't just listen to the songs on YouTube. Support the bands. That's what I want to stress the most is I do my utmost to support these bands by buying their albums. Um, I don't buy as many as I would like to, but when I can, I mean, I'll admit that there are more important things to come. I have to do before I buy an album, and that's pay the bills, keep this my house up to snuff. Those comes first. I would love to go back to when I was a kid and not only have to worry about what that new album that's coming out by Disturbed or Pink Floyd or whatever. But you got to put your priorities where they need to be. So, but anyway, support these guys, support the bands, buy their albums. Just don't sit there and listen to them for free. That's I don't know, wrong. So anyway, next weekend, next Saturday, I'll be ranking the album songs off of Hawkwind's Sonic. Can't remember the name of it. What was it? Their Sonic album, Sonic the Hedgehog album. I can't remember what it's called, but their 11th album, studio album. Ranking the songs off that one, hopefully. Next Monday, I'm thinking about I'll probably be doing Arion. That one's going to be a tough one because if you're familiar with Arion, they're all concept albums except for one. And the songs on that one, I think the second one, Return to Fantasy, I believe that's Actual Fantasy. I'm sorry, Actual Fantasy. The songs are um, concept songs. So anyway, hopefully I'll be doing that, but we'll see. I'll keep it a surprise. So anyway, have a good week. Stay cool where if it's still hot where you're at. Starting to cool down here. I had to get a blanket out last night. It got a little bit too cool. So fall is definitely here, though the leaves are still green, which is fine. It can stay like this for a couple months. So. Anyway, have a good week, and we'll see you all Saturday.